loves. I'm going to take a few minutes, however many minutes I need to take. I dug long. If you've been tuning into me at all, I need to talk to you about this new program that Cal and I are creating called Fulfilled. And this is probably not going to be the first video that I create talking about Fulfilled, but the last video. This is the first video. I, the last. I wanted to see about action will stay. Because there's something about when I just get in front of a screen and start talking, try to write, that feels more rich and raw and real. I realized recently that I really love being on stages, and I am here to do more than coach people to transform their lives. I am here to lead a movement. I'm here to lead a movement of love and awakening to the possibilities of our lives. The awakening isn't just about relationships. It just so happens that the awakening to possibilities, the awakening to all of who we are, to our consciousness, to our purpose, to our divine assignments, it gets channeled through the avenue of relationships in my own divine assignment. That is where I shine. And so that is that's my zone of genius. But the effect of transforming your relationship into more than just something that is good, something that's okay, something that you get by on, and creating something that is a co-creative force, something that is deeply fulfilling, something that lights your soul on fire, something that fulfills the purpose of relationships, which is, by the way, a divine purpose. The purpose of your relationships is to expand you, to challenge you, to help you to confront where your growing edges are, where your healing is, um, where your consciousness raising gets to be, to help you learn who you truly are, to remember what love is, to remember and connect to your divinity, to our oneness. It is so beautiful and profound, and there are so many layers to it when we can start to peel it back and allow ourselves to receive those possibilities. Now, I'm not going to sit here and tell you that Cal and I have it all figured out and we're some like high up here relationship gurus who are floating on cloud nine all the time. No. But what we have figured out is this purpose, are these possibilities, is this journey, and the process, the path that we get to take to travel that journey together with much greater level of ease than we see most couples take, with a level of consciousness and awareness that most couples have no idea about, in a space of empowerment, personal leadership, sovereignty, and partnership with one another that truly honors where the other person is, who they are, and what they need as we journey together, so that the journey can complement the other person's own spiritual and personal development, each of our um, growth paths, as they are both connected and separate. That is what we have to offer, both what we have figured out and the realness, the real time uh, demonstration of what we are living and figuring out. Now, I'm not even really talking about fulfilled itself, um, but I am, right? Fulfilled is next evolution of how we desire to fulfill our passion and purpose. Um, and we don't call it fulfilled because of our own fulfillment. We call it fulfilled because we desire for your fulfillment. We desire to raise the standard of what people experience in their relationships. Specifically, I have a fire in my heart, in my belly, in my womb for women entrepreneurs and women leaders. And it is because I believe that our world is in great need of women leaders, women entrepreneurs, for our wisdom, our energy, our passion, and the ways that we are going to create change and liberation and healing by what we do, by what we are called to do. And I know that when we women are lit up from the inside out, when it is not just our soul that is on fire from our passion and purpose, but also our heart that is on fire because of the love and fulfillment we feel in our primary relationship, that we are going to go out into the world and do even more powerful things, that we are going to give back even more than we are already doing because we are going to have more to give. You see, women historically give and give and give far more than they have ever received. And I would like to change that. Additionally, what I have found is that women tend to be the leaders of the relationship change. It tends to be the women who are most unsatisfied if, in the relationship dynamics. It tends to be the women who are dragging their husbands or their spouses forward um, in evolution, in desiring to improve relationships. And so if my calling is to help raise the standard, to help improve what is possible, unlock what is possible, to change the global discourse around what it means to love and about how we all engage in this thing called relationships across the board, then it is going to likely be through women that I get to our men. Okay. Well, and I don't, I talking on the binary because that is a majority. And I want to acknowledge that all of the non-binary and genderqueer folk fall in this spectrum as well. Please know I am not excluding you, my loves. Um, so this calling toward women and this angling toward women in fulfilled is not coming from an exclusion of men. Quite the opposite, actually. It is coming from an empowering and a raising, a lifting up of women, to be sure. And it is also coming from a desire to be more effective in reaching our men, because I don't, because my experience has been that there are fewer men who are of their own accord seeking this kind of strengthening and evolution and consciousness raising and standard raising and fulfillment and improvement in their marriages unless they're in crisis, unless it has been driven by the potential of losing their wives. So I want to invite men, the masculine energy, into a coming home to their wholeness, their healing, through this process as well, through the invitation from their wives, because I know our men love their women, they love their children. And when they hear the call, and we women, we in our feminine energy, whether you're female bodied or not, take the stand to say, I want better, I deserve better, I am worth more, I desire a more fulfilling, a more vibrant, a more alive relationship, one that honors me more than one that sustains me, one that supports me differently, one that has a dynamic that feels like ease, that feels like sustenance, that feels like sanctuary. And I want you to come with me in partnership to co-create that. When women call their men into that and take a real assertive, like self-advocacy stand for it, typically even if there's some resistance there, men will respond. Okay, the masculine will respond. And so this gets to be the way that we invite this healing, this wholeness, this coming together of masculine and feminine. And that is a beautiful thing. This is now we're getting into the holistic healing, which is what I ultimately desire, right? The healing of the whole couple. So yes, Fulfilled is a program that starts first with a message to the powerful woman, to the leader, the entrepreneurial woman who desires more for her relationship. And she's determined to get that, even if her partner's not on board, even if her spouse isn't interested or willing or wanting to do the work with her, even if they don't think that there's a problem or that they need to, but she knows that she wants more, and she's goddamn it gonna, pardon my language, she's gosh darn it. For those of you who are religious, I do swear a lot, but I don't want to offend those who for whom using that particular swear is quite offensive. I digress. Like she's gonna go fucking get it. So that's where we start. But the fulfilled program is designed to invite him in. In fact, one of the one of the onboarding initial steps that we take, if he is willing, is to have a one-on-one phone call with the spouse. I imagine the man, but maybe it's the woman, but the spouse who is not taking the lead in entering into the program, and that is not to convince them to come into the program, but it is to hear their side, to talk to them about what they would like to see changed, and to talk to them about what they're going to see their spouse go through, and to help them understand why it might be actually in their best interest to participate as well. Um, at the very least, to help them get a sense of who we are, and so that they may feel comfortable joining at some point. Fulfilled is not a one-on-one program. And I have anchored into this awareness that I desire to do community based work with couples, more than one-on-one, which I know is a stretch, probably. I've heard a lot of feedback from people, a lot of resistance, like, oh, couples aren't going to want to do group work, blah, blah, blah. And I have taken that in and believed it. And it's kept me from being courageous enough to really like just go for this group program thing. And I'm done. Like I'm doing it because I know this is where I want to live, is in these group spaces. And here's why. We need community, friends. Fulfilled is going to have spaces where we are in in sisterhood. We're going to have spaces that are our men's circles that Calvin is going to facilitate. For those of you who are in my queer family, um, we have been thinking about you, and as we build, we are probably going to have Jenny's group and Calvin's group. And if we attract a big enough community of queer folks, we are open to creating safe and sacred spaces for our queer community. So, Cal's queer group, my queer group, straight women, straight men, if that's what feels safe. What we desire is safety, because safety is important. What we desire is connectivity, because connectivity is important. But if it unfolds that what we find that we want, that is valuable, is a cross connection, we'll do that too. I am open to how this unfolds. This is a co-creative process, which I'm really fucking excited about, you guys. Um, so so that's part of it. Like we need community. We lift one another up. There's so much wisdom in our experiences. And what keeps us so stuck in relationships sometimes is that our relational experiences are isolated. We really have so little clue what actually goes on behind closed doors for other couples. So we don't know if we're normal or if we're crazy or if our partner is wonderful or terrible because we're only comparing it to our stories of how it should be or how we think other people's relationships are or what Hollywood tells us or what we see on or what we read in books or what we saw from our families or what we see on social media, which are just like the highlight reels. Listen, after doing almost 20 years of couples therapy, coaching, and mentorship, and having a ton of conversations with people about their relationships, because I just am the kind of person who has those conversations, I can tell you we're all fucking messy. The things that you experience, they're unique to you and also really, really similar. And we have so much to learn from one another. There is so much validation, so much humanity, so much ahas that we will gain from one another, and so much support, so much encouragement. We're missing the village, and we need that village in our love, in our expansion, in our um, in our wholeness, because that too, like when we're doing relationship work, it is not just relationship work. It is whole beingness work. It is not just about our partner. It is about our past. It is about our profession. It is about our identity. It is about our mental connection got lost. Our society is about our body. It is about our nutrition and our health. I mean, I'm not an expert on all those things. But I know the women that I can gather together are going to be experts on some of those things. I know that when we have the collective that we can access, we are going to help one another rise. We are going to help one another flourish. We are going to support one another in our fulfillment personally, professionally, and relationally. I can guide you in your relational fulfillment, and I have a path that works, and I will teach it to you, and we will practice it and um, we will embody it. We will liberate ourselves from that which is holding us back. It is going to be powerful. It is going to be beautiful. It is going to be vulnerable. It is going to be fucking amazing because I can see it. I can feel it. I know it already exists. I'm just waiting for the people to fill in the little boxes on my Zoom screen. And those who are there are going to support one another in other areas, in other magic ways that I can't even predict. What magic do you have to bring to fulfilled? What gifts can you bring to your sisters, to your brothers, to your siblings? Something to consider. One other thing I want to say, and then I think my sister's calling me. Our program, Cal and I just brainstormed like our levels and what we want to include, and I'm so excited. I need to create like a chart with all the details, but I will say this: first, the program is set up so that even if there's just one person who is engaged, um, there are opportunities for your spouse or partner to have involvement even if they're not fully participating in the program. There are opportunities for your spouse or partner to participate fully in the program. There will be an extra fee for that as well. There are 3 levels of fulfilled. I have been talking about fulfilled as a 6-month program. I have decided I would like this to be a year-long mastermind. So that has shifted a little bit, which I'm also very excited about. We are offering retreats as part of our two highest levels. So there's so many pieces to this. Um, this is so much more than like what we've done before, which has essentially been sessions with us, um, and like the education coursework curriculum, which is super transformational. Uh, and Yep, that's been mostly it, right? Like access to us and the coursework, and action steps, right? The accountability that we walk our clients to through. Now we're including the community, we're including retreats, we're including intensives, we're including our burn plan at different levels. So there's we are stretching ourselves to a new level of service and support because we desire a new standard for you as well. This this is the next level of powerful love. This is the next level for 2026. This is the next level for you, dear one. If you know that you are meant for more in all areas of your life, because here's the thing, you deserve to have it all, and you get to. You deserve to have it all, and you get to. There's no settling for good enough. You don't need to. You don't need to. Let's not do that. No, we are reaching for the stars. We are reaching for our dreams, the big ones, in all aspects of our life, not just our business, in all aspects of our life, of who we be, of how we get to experience the world. If your relationship isn't there yet, fulfilled is how it gets there. Here's your next step. We're only taking fulfilled folks through application. So to send me a DM with the word fulfilled, and I get to send the link to apply. After which, I will let you know if you qualify for our program, and we will take it from there. Fulfilled starts officially. We've got some really great, uh, like early enrollment bonuses between now and December. And the sooner that you join, the more bonuses you get. Okay. So these are bonuses like your partner can join for free, which is depending on your level, I think between a two and I think $8,000 value. You get one-on-one sessions with us. You get some like bonus courses, some really great like momentum starting pre-work opportunities. There's a bunch of things that I put together. I don't remember them all offhand, but um, worth it, and all like all for free. We just get started now instead of in January with um, some awesome relationship empowering, momentum building, strengthening, transforming, healing stuff work together, so that when you start fulfilled in January, you're already on your way, and you get to start with that momentum. DM me fulfilled. Let's like raise the standard together. Let's take your whole life to a new level of being, because again, this isn't just about your relationship. But the thing is that when your relationships are with yourself, with your relationship that you're in, and you are always in relationships, it means that you are showing up differently, that you have stepped into a new identity, a new way of being, a new way of living from love and personal empowerment and powerful leadership. And that does change everything in your life. It feels so fucking good. And I can't wait to walk with you on that journey and see you in it. Thank you for watching. I can't wait to see you on my little Zoom box.